This example of something that may be a fact or a myth is a classic example of how kernels of truth turn into giant beanstalks of misconception. On average, teachers believe almost half of myths about the brain. And for some neuromyths, the vast majority of educators believe something about the brain that simply isn't true. When we believe incorrect neuroscience information, we waste a lot of time and effort and end up wasting money on ideas and materials that may not work or may even be counterproductive. What do you believe? Does listening to Mozart make people smarter? The answer is false. But where did this misconception come from? And why does anyone continue to believe that it's true? A group of researchers showed that students who listened to Mozart's music before a test of spatial reasoning did better than those who didn't. What wasn't reported is that the effect was very brief. In other words, it wasn't doing anything over a longer term and didn't affect other types of reasoning, to say nothing of overall intelligence. But why was this so easy to believe? Maybe because Mozart himself was a genius? Maybe because we associate listening to classical music with intelligent, well educated people? Maybe because our society is always on the lookout for a quick fix. Of course, there's nothing wrong with listening to Mozart or any other classical music. I enjoy it very much myself. But if you want to get smarter, you should choose instead to learn to play an instrument. There is evidence that learning to play the music, not just listening to it, does improve cognitive capacity. The benefit of dispelling this neuromyth is that we can support students' involvement in activities that can play a role in strengthening concentration and helping them become more effective and self-confident.